All right, hi you guys. It's Aubrey here, Aubrey in Wonderland. I wanted to talk a little bit about the stigma of weight loss surgery. I don't really think you can talk about the stigma of weight loss surgery without first talking about the stigma of obesity. There's a lot of assumptions made about obese people, and I've heard them from people directly. You know, that to be thin equals to be a person of discipline and self-control. So therefore, to be overweight is to be someone with a lack of self-control or a lack of self-discipline. And just, people kind of insinuating or holding the opinion that if you just had more self-control, this would be an area that you could conquer. Obviously, I'm not here to educate everybody about every little detail of why obesity is so discriminated against. It's definitely discriminated against. So, and I don't think it's necessarily that people are out there knowingly or purposefully discriminating against overweight people, but they're definitely they definitely have a discriminating mindset. I think the big thing when you think about the weight loss surgery stigma, the first thing you're going to hear is the term easy way out. That's just the go-to statement. And you know what? To be honest, I've heard it a lot more from the weight loss surgery community than I've heard it from outside of the community. So, thought that was interesting. First of all, what does the term easy way out even mean? Basically that you didn't work for it, that you gave up. But I really have a problem with that, the opinion that someone gave up because they decided to have weight loss surgery. To give up is to get bigger, to stay fat, to stay firmly planted in your food addiction and just keep going. Don't take the easy way out. Just stay, overweight and obese and unhealthy. And eventually, I'm sorry, but pass away, and I don't want to see people doing that because of, they don't want to take the easy way out. So what if it is the easy way out? I mean, I'm not saying it is, but even if it were, why would you want to take the hard way out? The hard way out is the path where you've got a 2% success rate. That's the hard way out. I'd rather take the way that's going to give me a 90% success rate. Honestly, you want to call it the easy way out? Fine. I'm taking the easy way out. But I don't see it that way. If you're asking people outside of the weight loss surgery community what they mean by the easy way out, they would say, people that don't understand that you still have to work for it and they're in denial. I think all of us have probably seen an episode or two, maybe, of My 600-Pound Life, where you do see the people that they don't change anything. They just continue in denial and with support people that continue to feed their addiction because they've got their own, self-destructive needs to be, a caretaker or whatever else. The honest truth is that the easy way outers, they don't get out. They lose weight for a little while, maybe, and then they gain it all back. It's the people that don't take the easy way out that end up losing the weight and keeping it off. So I don't think it's fair to label someone as the easy way out until you've seen them walk through that journey several years down the road. And Are they going to keep it off or are they not? It's hard to say. I think anybody who calls this whole thing easy is just incredibly and woefully ignorant. They don't know about this area. You know, you wouldn't, I heard Chloe on the Sleeve Reprieve, she talked about the stigma of weight loss surgery, and she talked about, you know, why you should be open about it and tell people. And I'm going to link that video in my description because I'd like people to watch it and tell me what they think. But, and I think it's good information. It's definitely food for thought. So she talks about the reasons why you should be open about your surgery and why you should be a part of the solution of fighting that weight loss surgery stigma. I don't necessarily feel that way for myself. I really have gone back and forth as to whether I'm going to be telling people or whether I'm not. I told several people that are very closest to me, basically people that I couldn't keep it from if I tried anyway. And I've told a very, very small amount of people, I think like 2 people outside of that circle. And I have to say, I didn't feel good after telling them. And it wasn't because of their reaction at all. I mean, they were totally nice and like, oh, wow, interesting. But I didn't walk away feeling like, I'm glad I told them. I walked away feeling like, I wonder what they really think, or, you know, I hope they don't think this is like common information and go and tell other people, like mutual friends that we have, or just whatever, you know. That's one of the things that I've thought about that kept me from telling people really in the first place was, once you tell someone, you can't untell them. They now have that information forever. So maybe 10 years down the road, 5 years down the road, whatever, if they feel like telling someone, they will. And so, you know, that's why it's really important, if you are trying to keep it private, to only tell people that are really, really trustworthy. So, you know, that's why for me, I've kind of kept it to myself a lot. Even the few people I kind of tried stepping out and seeing what I thought with people that I could pretty much trust, but they weren't like in that tight circle of friends and family. And I didn't feel afterward like it was the best decision for me. So one of the biggest things I've gotten, even from friends and family that I told, the first question you get from a lot of people is, are you worried about excess skin? And I just think that's so interesting that that's their first question. Like, you know, if someone had cancer and they were treating their disease with chemotherapy, would the first question out of your mouth be, are you worried about losing your hair? No, because it's inconsequential. It really doesn't matter. And frankly, it's personal. So why would you ask someone that right out of the gate? Like, you know, it's so like not even, to me, I know I have thought about it, and it's been a part that I've considered in this whole decision-making process, because I am willing to look honestly at every single part of this and decide whether it's right for me. So it'd be silly of me to not even consider the fact that I'm going to have loose skin. Was it a deciding factor for me? No, because I'm not in it for my looks or my bikini body. I'm in it because I want to live past the age of 60. So, I mean, I kind of just look at the person blankly like, no, not really. But I just think that's so interesting that that's the first question out of people's mouths when I've told them, are you worried about excess skin? Because to me, it just so does not matter. It doesn't. You know, another just random thought about this, I just have scribbles, Random Thoughts by AubreyInWonderland. You know, I think the same people that discriminate against us for having weight loss surgery, or kind of would say it's the easy way out, are the same people who would make assumptions about us because of our obesity. You know, it's not right to judge someone because of their overweight and then turn around and judge someone because they've had weight loss surgery and, you know, made the easy decision, according to them. So I just don't think that that's right. Another thing is, you know, why do people think that it's so acceptable to comment on your decisions or your... I think this is huge with social media. I think social media, I won't get into all the things I think about social media, but it's been a week for me as far as that goes. I think social media has kind of dragged people kicking and screaming back into your lives that probably wouldn't have a seat in your lives otherwise. You know, acquaintances from high school, people you meet through work, bosses, co-workers, cousins you never really liked. Let's be honest. Maybe the gossip aunt or whoever, you know, you kind of have all these people in your life. And so if you decide to open up about certain things, of course, you're on social media, you're kind of opening yourself up to say, I'd like to hear what you think about this. And so I don't really know that I'll be announcing it on Facebook that I had weight loss surgery. If you're close enough to me in my life that I can tell you to your face, then that's good enough for me. I don't need to type it out. But I had something happen this week on my personal Facebook page. I'm just going to be really transparent here with you. I thought that if I go on Facebook and I kind of let people know I'm kind of thinking about my health, I'm trying to start to exercise, not to like checking in at the gym, you know, all the time. I saved that for my Aubrey in Wonderland page. And you're welcome, by the way. So anyway, I was thinking that if I'm on Facebook and I can say, hey, check out this healthy option I found, or, you know, wow, the gym is kicking my butt, it's hard, or just little things here and there, it won't be such a shock to people when they see me and I'm 40 pounds lighter, or 50 or 60 or 70, that maybe I can prime the pump a little bit, letting people know, hey, things are happening in my life. Not flaunting or bragging or wanting kudos or anything else like that, but just simply kind of letting people know, a little bit at a time, that I'm making changes. I thought that might help the process. Well, I put on there about the Red Robin Wedgie Burger, which, by the way, I would love to go and order just so I can say, I'll pick the wedgie. But anyway, I digress. So you can get that with the bottomless veggies. And I had said that on Facebook. You know, the person popped on there and said, oh, live a little, have the fries. And I just said, haha, yeah, you're probably right. But, you know, just trying to eat things in moderation or something like that, you know. And then, I don't know, a lot of people commented on it. Well, then a couple of days later, I went to Baskin Robbins with my son to celebrate. I know you're not supposed to celebrate with food, but it was just him and I. His brothers were somewhere else, and I decided to take him out for an ice cream cone, and I had one too. And so I put it on Facebook, a picture of him and I having ice cream together. And someone gets on there and they said, whatever happened to the fryless, bunless burger at Red Robin? Decided to trade it for ice cream, huh? Ha ha, lol, blah, 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 blah. I don't know if it's just me being oversensitive, but I just don't like people commenting on what I'm eating. I don't like people inserting their opinions about my choices, especially when it comes to food. So, I'm sure they didn't mean anything by it. It's totally said by a nice person that I enjoy most of the time. Just gotta let it go, you know. I think it's just maybe kind of a sensitive area for me right now. But that's one big thing that tells me that I'm not ready to share this right now. I'm not ready to hear people's opinions and not completely hold it against them. It was Sarah, Nerd in Oregon, who said, you don't get to have it both ways. You don't get to judge me because I'm fat and then turn around and judge me because I had weight loss surgery. You don't get to do that. You can either judge me because I'm fat and be happy for me that I lost the weight, or you can not care that I'm fat and then judge me because I had the surgery, but you certainly don't get to do both. And, you know, I'm learning about myself that I'm more sensitive than I thought I was about people commenting on my weight loss journey. And so if someone were to be gossiping about me or talking about me or asking me a lot of questions that are frankly personal, I think it would be offensive to me. And I think it would bring out a lot of feelings of anxiety and insecurity that I'm not there yet, you know? Maybe once I lose the weight and I can just talk about it openly and not care because I'm on the other side of it. But right now, while I'm in it, I don't feel comfortable sharing. Why do you think it is, though, that you can put on Facebook anything else about your life? Like, hey, I went and saw a really great movie. It was called Finding Nemo, whatever. And people are like, oh, it's awesome, blah, blah, blah. Or you can be like, going out with the girls, we're going to have a great time. Everybody's like, great, yeah, thumbs up, I like this, blah, blah, blah. But if you say, checking in at the gym, just had a good workout, why are people like, oh, please? I just don't understand that. That's why I love my Aubrey in Wonderland Facebook page. I'm spending more and more time on that right now because it's just a lot of people are in the same boat I'm in, and I don't want to hear the white noise. I don't want to hear people and their opinions about my weight loss journey. So, I mean, do you think, why would people be like that? I mean, do you think it really is jealousy? You know, do you think it is that people have decided that that's your place in their social circle, that you're the fat friend or you're the fat brother, sister, daughter, son, whatever? It just makes me wonder about that. And I think once people see you eating healthier and see better choices coming from you, they immediately decide that it's their place to judge whatever your next move is. So if you see me talking about a bunless, fryless, you know, burger at Red Robin, and then 2 days later you see me eating an ice cream cone, you therefore have the given right to jump on there and say, hey, what are you doing with that ice cream cone? I don't want to be a part of that. I just don't. And I think that, you know, that's why the weight loss surgery stigma is still so prevalent, and it has come to the forefront for me this week because people flap their gums about things they don't know anything about. And, you know, some people are important enough in your life to set them straight and educate them and help them understand. But as a general rule, everybody else is just white noise, and I'm not going to take the time to educate them because they're not in my life. So, but do I really want to go through and explain every, like, the caveats of my journey to everyone who's not super close to me? Not really. Do I want to explain to extended family why I've made this choice or why I think I can't do it on my own? Not really. So until I can come to a place where I truly don't care what they think, I think I just have to keep it to myself. Maybe I'll feel different in a week or a month. I don't know. But that's how I feel right now. I just don't feel like I'm ready to share. I would love to be a part of overcoming the weight loss surgery stigma as a whole. Kind of getting society away from that. I would love to be a part of that. But right now, I don't know if I have the wherewithal to go through this difficult and not easy process and take on the stigma of weight loss surgery at the same time. So I'm working on it though. I'm working on it. I'm working on not caring so much about what other people think. And I'm working on putting the focus on what other people think that are worthy of that much care and focus. The people that really matter. You know, there's a Dr. Seuss quote about the people that mind don't matter and the people that matter don't mind. And that is so true. So I'm just going to leave you with that statement. You guys have a good night. Bye.